Hey everybody, I wanted to bring you guys an update on a little bit of my tech setup. Now, granted, I made a video previously about the Dell XPS, the new Dell XPS 15 9520 that I picked up, that I was using for van life, full-time van life, traveling on the road, creating content, editing 4K video. I thought it was going to be the best laptop. The OLED screen, 4K, 32 gigs of RAM, and great graphics card. And I have to say that I have been pretty much disappointed with the Dell laptop and the price of it and the performance of it. And it saddens me to say that I'm pretty much done with the Dell. I actually have it here. I'm gonna show you guys. I actually have it here, and it's probably dead because I haven't used this laptop in about 2 weeks. And the reason why is because I have switched over to, actually, I went back to my MacBook Air. I went back to my basic MacBook Air setup, which I can't get this camera in the spot that I want it to be. But I went back to my MacBook Air setup, and I realized today, just now actually, how much better this setup is in comparison to the Dell XPS 15. Now, granted, the Dell XPS 15, it had a USB-C charger, but this MacBook, I'm not gonna lie, this is the base model MacBook Air. It's got 8 gigs of RAM, and I have not been disappointed with this. I thoroughly enjoy typing on this keyboard. There's a few quirks with the Mac and the OS X and some of the keyboard shortcuts that aren't the same as a PC, with function control, option, and command in comparison to control and alt. So I'm relearning the shortcuts because I'm a keyboard shortcut person. But what I've actually done is the Dell was really kind of bogging me down, and I actually got a blue screen on it one time, and it just really kind of like upset me about the performance of the Dell. So I said, you know what, I'm going cold turkey. I'm going 100% MacBook Air. I'm going to make this work. I'm going to force myself because honestly, Apple makes some great products, and when it comes to mobile editing, and they just can't be beat, especially with their own M1 chip. This is an M1. I looked into getting an M2. I don't really see the benefit of it, and I'm not really super interested in going to the MacBook Pro and the M Pro or the M Pro Max chip that they have with the added weight of the MacBook Pro, because the Dell XPS 15 was heavy, and I'm not really feeling any sort of negative. I don't feel like I'm being held back by the size of this 13-inch screen. And so far, it's just been working out pretty well. Besides the fact that everything's USB-C. I'm using a DJI mic, and I can take the same charger out of my Mac, plug it into the DJI case to charge my mic and receiver and everything at once. I'm running my Samsung T7 externals, plugging those in. And I have an actual extra hub here if I needed, that I could use. It's a J5 Create that I could use. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I could use this if I needed to not only regain the USB-C that I would lose by plugging it in because it's there, but I also pick up 3 more USB-A ports if I needed them, one of which, the orange one, actually provides power, and it's got an HDMI hookup too. I don't feel like I'm at any sort of disadvantage. Now, I was actually using Filmora to edit my videos, and I knew that that was holding me back. But I had started with Filmora, and I felt comfortable with Filmora, so I kept using it. But Filmora, with every single update, oddly enough, with every update with Filmora, it just kept getting worse. It kept getting worse. More glitches, more bugs, more problems. And then they started to nickel and dime me on some of the plugins that just didn't make any sense. So I gave up Filmora cold turkey. I went straight to MacBook Air. I went straight to Final Cut Pro, and I said, I'm done. I'm going to move over to Mac. I'm going to move over to Final Cut Pro, and it is what it is. So far, I'm about 2 weeks in, and I'm getting more comfortable. I'm learning more shortcuts. I'm not disappointed, and I really haven't reached the limitations of this MacBook Air yet. I've edited some 4K videos, some pretty decently sized workflows for me, but I don't get super heavy. So honestly, I think this guy is going to work out pretty well for a long time. Not to mention the battery life on this is way better than the XPS 15. So I just want to bring that to you guys in case y'all were considering what laptop to buy, what was best for the road, different things like that. And I mean, when you think about it in comparison, you could probably pick up a base model entry-level MacBook Air for, I want to say $899. I think it's $899. And the M2 is, I think it's $1199 or something. But either way, it is considerably less expensive, a whole lot cheaper than an XPS 15, which I think I paid like $3,500 for this laptop. And, you know, I wish I could send it back because I'm not going to use it. So if you guys are interested in creating content on the road and having a good work station for that, I'd say give a MacBook Air a try because to me, so far, it's checking all the boxes. I just had to get over the hump and over the hurdle of getting more comfortable with OS X and the quirks of Mac and function, control, option, command, and relearning the things that I knew so much about, like not having a dedicated home and end key, not having a dedicated page up and page down key on a Mac kind of bugs me a little bit, but I'm getting used to it. And, you know, there's a few other quirks here and there, print screen and things like that. But all it is just me learning the commands and creating the muscle memory of training myself to do that. And I think fortunately for the fact that I'm not jumping back and forth between Mac and PC, it'll help me learn it faster. So I don't forget it as soon, if that makes sense. So either way, I just want to share that update with you guys. I'm going to be bringing you some more content about the van, about van life, about traveling, about, you know, living on the coast. We're here down at the Emerald Coast, going out in the water, taking boats out, things like that, hitting the beach, having a good time. And more about, you know, my home office, my work from home, work from anywhere setup. After having quit my job after so many years, self-employed, YouTube content creator, business owner, entrepreneur, traveler, whatever you want to call it. I'll bring you guys more updates on that in coming videos. If you run a Mac, let me know, comment below. If you run a Dell XPS 15 or XPS 13 or any XPS that, you know, the Dell XPS 17 actually is probably the sweet spot because it has extra cooling, but it doesn't come with the OLED screen. It's going to be huge. It's going to be heavy. It's going to be expensive. But I'm kind of curious, what are you guys using as you travel? Do you create or do you work on the road? Because I know some folks don't like Mac for the fact that they can't do a lot of the work that they need for their remote jobs because of OS X. But then you also have virtual machines and emulators that can run Windows on it as a little workaround. But I'm just kind of curious what you guys think. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all on the next one. Take care.